Welcome back, First Hour Faithful, for yet another episode of the First Hour. This is a show where we take a look at the first hour of a recently released video game, and on today's episode, we're taking a look at Donkey Kong 64, originally released in 1999, and now on the Wii U. My name is Colin from VideoGamesAreDumb.com, and it is about to get funky as Donkey Kong 64 has one of the most infamous intros in video game history. Here we go. This is not the infamous intro. Just wait and see, kids. You'll understand.
Here we go.
A simpler time. This monkey rap. DK. Donkey Kong. It's gonna hurt. You gotta remember, this is 1999. They're rapping like it's Run DMC circa 1985. Oh no!
He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you.
He is not fun to play as. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. We got one last person, so we better get out like the bass drums. Or toms. Nope, never mind. I forgot about Diddy. What's wrong with me? There's the toms, or whatever those are called. Ah, they left it in. One hell of a guy. I was wondering if they were going to do that. You don't actually play as Cranky Kong. Of course, you wouldn't play as Cranky Kong until Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze from 2014. Oh, record scratch. I guess they didn't know how to end that. So here's the thing. Donkey Kong 64. What a complicated relationship I have with Donkey Kong 64. So when this game came out way back when, in 1999, oh man, I forgot there's a really good versus mode in here. Kong Battle, I actually really like that. The reason people played it, or they bought it, was because they knew that if you purchased this game, you got the Nintendo 64 expansion pack. And that expansion pack gave, you know, some more RAM onto the Nintendo 64, which in turn will allow you to play Perfect Dark. Now, Perfect Dark was like the biggest deal. Everybody was waiting for Perfect Dark. This is 1999. Perfect Dark wouldn't be out till 2000. Is that really possible? I believe it is. And that game required the memory pack. Otherwise, you could only play multiplayer. A very limited multiplayer, I might add. You wouldn't be able to play the single player. So, you know, for, I believe this game was $50 when it came out. I want to say 50. You got a free memory pack. So it's kind of like, well, okay, you know, Rare is a trustworthy studio. Banjo-Kazooie had already been a success. You know, they'd already put out, you know, a number of titles that were popular. They would have Jet Force Gemini come out later, and Conker's Bad Fur Day come out later. God, they cranked out so many titles on the Nintendo 64. It's unbelievable. So a lot of users, myself included, were you know, moderately curious to see what they're gonna do. I mean, Donkey Kong Country had come out, you know, only a few years before then, and that was well regarded as you know, a great series, which is debatable now. Some people love it, some people don't. But for a free expansion pack, why not? And then there were other people that actually bought a whole system, like that was Banana Yellow. They had a controller that was Banana Yellow. Basically every villain in a Rare game does the whole just like that lion from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I've been waiting a long time for this moment. Soon Donkey Kong and his pretty little island will be no more.
Now this was a big deal. Because of that expansion pack, you were able to actually have a lot more voice acting in the game, which was cool. Though I sometimes wonder if some games were designed around the limitations of the 64, and if the expansion pack actually made some games perform worse. Specifically, WWE No Mercy, WWF No Mercy. Always wondered if it would have controlled better without a expansion pack. It is weird going back to this game and seeing their version of cutscenes. And then it gets bigger, and then it gets smaller, because they're turning the engine on. I mean, you know, it still looks good, I think. I mean, obviously there are some caveats, but once you start playing an older title, after about an hour, if the art design is any good, then you just forget, and it just starts playing like anything else that you've played. You know, you just the graphics, you just ignore them after a while.
Gods!
MIDI keyboard.
I want you to do everything in your power to keep.
It looked like that pet crocodile was saying that stuff.
All the golden bananas he treasures so much, and take care of his pathetic friends. This time there can be no mistakes.
Does Donkey Kong have friends? He says family, right?
We've already taken care of business.
I hope for your sake you're right this time.
No.
While you'll be busy looking for your precious golden bananas, flea-bitten friends, I'll be preparing my lizard-flavored surprise.
The music is way louder than the voice acting. Squawk, DK, come quickly. They're gone. Oh, okay. That was the text there. Is the boombox jamming out to that dramatic music? Okay, so you got your jump, that's your attack. Whoops, don't want to do that. So this game is what many would qualify as the subgenre of a collectathon. It is a rare style platformer where you are basically tasked with collecting a lot of items. Your Princess Banana Horde and all the other Kongs have vanished. You can't find them anywhere. DK, you better go and tell Cranky the bad news. Block. Alright, well, Block. You really convinced me. course, you still have the weird C button camera controls. Though I will say they're slightly improved over the Mario camera. That might just be me, though. Oops. There we go. He can climb trees, right? No. Nope, that is strictly a Dixie Kong thing. Okay. It is kind of weird using the right analog stick as the C stick, or the C buttons, just because they, you know, you're mapping buttons to a stick, so you don't really have that as snappy of a precision to select what you intend to. That's why I keep zooming in by accident. All right. I keep pressing the goddamn ZR button. Thought there was something I could do here. Nope. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, all you do in this game is you run around and you collect stuff, which, you know, is definitely something that they've done in previous Rare games. You know, if you played Banjo-Kazooie, then you're pretty familiar with that. Some people love this genre. Some people don't. Some people say, hey, why on earth would they have you just run around and collect like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of things? Because this game is the most notorious of the bunch when it comes to that. The amount of collectibles in this game required of you, not to say if you want to collect everything, but just the collectibles required of you, it goes, it gets pretty obscene. Alright. Silly 3D quest, but you're not having it to complete my training barrels. Now buzz off, come back when you've completed them all. Alright, don't worry about it. I got you, Donkey Kong. We'll go find those barrels and get you trained up in no time. Huh. Feels kind of weird trying to aim like that. Press the A button to jump from a vine. Hold R when you're on a vine to face the other way. To drop, press Z from vine and go click the vine. Oh no! I do like the music here. Pretty great. What's going on here? Alright. Oh, okay. Alright, well, here we go. Oh, see, I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong. I just... Oh, man. I don't care. That's ridiculous. Time out. You know, it's here's my thing, and I've said this before with the Mario 64 video I did for the first hour, which you can check out on this channel. Trying to replicate the Nintendo 64 controller with this very smooth circular analog stick is very difficult. That's because, if you remember correctly, there were these grooves inside of the Nintendo 64 controller. They really limited your direction, you know? They knew that you weren't really going to need to go... Oh god. They knew exactly where you needed to go in all the games. Oh, come on! So, when you replace that with... I wish that button didn't do anything, because it's just a force of habit. Alright, so I gotta switch them around. So it's a little tricky, to be honest with you. Yay! Just like how I like my hamburgers. So it becomes a little weird when you're you know, trying to replicate that Nintendo 64 controller feel on that very smooth circle. Doesn't quite work. Also, considering the unique way the controller was designed, where you would hold the center of the controller, it's hard to replicate with the gamepad. Where's she? Alright. What the? Okay. There we go. Oh my god, I never really liked the swimming in this game. I really hope more people get a chance to check out the multiplayer in this game. I always thought that was really fun. It's just you playing as one of the Kongs, and it's just like this deathmatch style platformer. It's really weird, but super original. Never really seen it replicate anywhere else, too. Alright, squawk, press B to pick up a barrel, press throw it again. Alright, that's actually the easiest one so far. This ain't nothing. Yay! Ah! Why can't they just make that something I could do on the touchscreen? I don't want to do it with a button. I'm so used to using buttons to play games. I mean, like, there's the start button and the select button. Hey, why don't they use this? Why don't they use the select button for that? There was no select button on the Nintendo 64. Just saying here. Just saying. Point that out. Oh no. That doesn't feel normal at all. Because you gotta remember, you don't have the C button, you've got the right analog stick, so you're holding down, you know, ZL and flicking it. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's weird. It feels weird. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why they keep showing that watermelon, that's your health in this game. Way out, man. Way out. Alright, so Cranky's gotta help me now. Ooh. But you already drank it. Why are you sniffing it afterwards? Your messing buddies will be able to ground pound by pressing A and then jumping Z. But if you only bring me 15 bananas, it'll look like this. I'll see you later. So we've already got to collect 15 banana peels. Alright. So basically the butt stomp from Mario 64 is in this game. Late 90s kids, what can I say? Ugh. Isn't there something I'm supposed to do right here? Nope. Just supposed to run! I forget, maybe that might be a different Kong that has the ability to do something in there. One of them has a shovel, right? Might be misremembering that. Misremembering. Misremembering. You know, when this game did come out, it did look rather good for the Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 had always struggled to keep up in terms of graphics. Squawk, he's back, DK. King K rules island, just over there. Alright, bananas, 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 bananas. A lot of people, you know, think that way back when people saw 64, they're like, check out those graphics. But not really. Maybe with Mario 64, but for the most part, the, find a similar number. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't switch out of players yet. And we're back to Donkey Kong. The graphics, for the most part, on the Nintendo 64 were always... well... they were kind of terrible. As you see, the, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what were the best looking Nintendo 64 games, and they never looked anywhere nearly as good as the PlayStation. And that's just the way it was, but, you know, the PlayStation didn't have games that had this big of a world, really. You know, the PlayStation had very segmented, small levels. Whereas the 64, because it didn't have any loading times, would create large places like this, large environments. And that's basically what it all came down to. It's like, what do you prefer? Do you care about loading times? Well, get yourself a 64. Do you care about presentation and graphics? Well, you know, get yourself a PlayStation. Now, that's not to say anything about art. You know, the art design of characters or anything like that. It's just saying that, you know, back then, 64 kind of looked like junk. But this game really stood out as some of the best graphics on the 64. Boo-hoo. Oh, my name is Clumsy, and I've been locked in here because I wouldn't smash up some little island. But how could I? Such a lovely little island full of cute monkeys. So I said, no, sniff. K-Rule says... alright, okay, got it. I need to collect the keys to get you out. Gotta get the bananas thing, I gotta collect the keys. Oh, come on. We've already put it together. We already put it together. Oh boy. Alright. So, you know, 1, 2, and then you're out. And that really was like the loading time of the original 64. It's almost non-existent entirely. Whereas, you know, PlayStation would have loading times that would sometimes go up to a minute. Now, I definitely spent most of my time playing on the PlayStation. Games were just... games were really good on the PlayStation. Come on, freaking Bushido Blade. Blown my mind. I thought the cave was somewhere over here. Oh, there it is. Nope. Need a balloon guy to do that. Alright, so... is that the hole right there? That must be it. Well, no, there's no banana in there. Oh, it was raining because I was on the other island. Well, it's over here somewhere. Oh, pressing left, not forward. Beaver. So yeah, this game came out, and I don't really think it set the world on fire for anybody. I know some people that would swear it's one of their favorite video games, which is, you know, which is weird in my book. This one never really stood out, especially in Rare's own catalog, because you had things like Banjo-Kazooie and, for me, Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is my favorite of their bunch. Bunch of bananas. Banana bunch. Over here, you dumb ape. I'm the mighty blocker, and don't think for 1 minute you're coming in here without showing me some of your stupid golden bananas. If I disobey that fat old fool K rule, it's the big sawmill in the sky for me, so pay up pronto. I get my butt something else. Bye. When did I get hurt? I don't remember getting hurt. Oh, I guess. Come on. Oh! Ran out of voice acting. I got my first banana. I will say I've always been intrigued by Rare's ability to put tutorials within cutscenes. I always thought that was pretty cool. Jungle Japes? What? Japes? Alright. Of course, these are classic versions, or these are new versions of classic songs, but now, it being 16 years later, these are classic versions of classic songs, which is just weird. Ugh. Oh, I haven't got my first golden banana. I get it now. Yay! I want to go and get that other banana, though. Ah, screw it. Bam! Not sure why the beavers are so invested in fighting the monkeys. But, you know, whatever. Guess you gotta do something when you're living in a cave. I don't think you could buy this game without getting the memory expansion pack. If I'm not mistaken, every copy had the memory expansion pack in it. 185 golden bananas around this area, but you'll only be able to find 5 of them without the help of the other Kongs. See, this slowly but surely. The collectathon opens up. Balloons! Fly away! Wait, come here. God, the depth perception is so screwy. What do you want from me? You monsters? Alright, screw it. Keep your precious balloon. I don't care. Oh, I got the strong guy for that one. How do I get there? What is that right there? Oh, that's my barrel. That's just creepy looking. Oh, I can climb that vine, alright. How can I climb it? because it looks slightly different. And if anything looks slightly different, you can usually climb it. I don't even remember what this Kong is named. Like, Paranoid Kong? Hey, been a long time, dude. K-Rool's return is a real bummer, so the main monkey's here to fix you up with some reptile kicking hardware. Check this out, I got some real cool shooters that'll trash K-Rool's army. It's just 3 coins. But yeah. Why would you not buy the coconut shooter? You gotta be a dummy. Looking good, Donkey. Let me know. Give you the lowdown. Alright. It's just weird seeing Donkey Kong with a gun. I don't know if I'll ever get over that. The 90s kids. Back when we just, you know... Honestly, it was that... Most people look back at whatever time they grew up and say, that was a good time. That was a time of peace and prosperity. Well, okay, maybe if you grew up in the 50s, or maybe if you grew up in the 90s. Well, if you grew up in the 50s and you were white, or if you grew up in the 90s and you were more than likely also white. Because there was a period of pretty much no war, you know, and we flew over Iraq for a bit, and of course there were some other international issues, but for the most part, you know, nothing really went on. So having lots of guns and games and having, you know, comic book superheroes shooting each other, yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, they were being gritty because, hey, nothing was really that gritty. So, I don't know. As soon as shit hit the fan on, like, the early 2000s, that's when everyone was like, maybe Donkey Kong doesn't need a gun, you know? And that's why you will never see Donkey Kong with a gun ever again. Yeah. Whatever. Might need Funky's help. Listen, you little bastard. I've already figured it out. Okay? That's so funny. The controls are automatically inverted. Thanks, Rare. You're the best. Isn't this what... Oh, I thought this way I had to do. That's what I had to do, right? Ugh, I hate you, stupid controls. Huh. Okay, fair enough. Hey, I'm not in here through choice, you know. Oh. Oh yeah! Had fall damage in this one. So I might need Funky's help. Oh! Alright. Hmm. There we go. Controls are really touchy. Hopefully that'll do it. I don't get it. I'm doing it right, aren't I? Oh, I guess I gotta be closer. Alright. Oh! These controls, I'm telling you, no good, no bueno! Wait. Bueno, bad or good? Well, these controls are no good. I'm sure there's a lot of kids that grew up playing this game and look back on it fondly as one of the best games of all time. I mean, they're wrong. Those children are wrong, but hey, I've got plenty of games that I love and I think are some of the best games of all time, and I know I'm wrong. This game world was so huge, they really actually had to do that, where they just go, well, here's exactly where you go. You know, I can't really imagine a game this day and age doing that. Though I guess Bayonetta actually kind of did that for the little race game that they had. We had to collect all the, something or others to unlock the something. I'm just kind of disturbed how Donkey Kong is really into that gun. He's like, yeah! Yeah! I'll show them! How dare they fire me from the post office! Okay. Put the gun away, Donkey Kong. But hey, at least I found out where I had to go. Boom, baby. And Diddy Kong joins the DK crew. I can help you by collecting red bananas. Oh, that's not really rap. Okay. Ah! I don't remember that, but that's terrifying. What just happened to him? Get away from you freaks! It just looks like I'm shooting innocent creatures. It's like a freaking Cabela game over here. Alright. Well, I want to play as Diddy Kong because, hey, this is the very first hour. We've got, yeah, like 20 minutes left, and I feel like it would be a good idea to try and show off as much as we can of the game. So why don't we go over to where that barrel is? Somewhere over here. Yeah, MIDI electric guitar. Nothing better. There are 5 golden bananas in here! What? Let's see if I can go take a trip over to Funky. I mean, the idea that Funky is an arms dealer is kind of hilarious. It's like, he's almost like Hunter S. Thompson. You know, he's just like, man, I just like listening to the Rolling Stones and giving out guns. Why are you so happy about it? Oh, that's a real shame. Yeah! Screw you, Funky. Think you're funky, huh? War profiteer. I swear, I'm flicking left. The heck? Ah! Alright. He's still so damn happy about it. Alright, well, if that's the case. My god, I don't know what to do about this balloon. Well, he's basically the same thing, although he has like the dual shooters and the jetpack. I think he's a bit better at combat because he's got that rolling attack, so it makes him a bit faster. Yeah, his air attack is way better too. But unfortunately, I can't do anything with him because he doesn't have his guns. I need to unlock the environments that are gonna make it possible for me to get through. Yeah. I'll show them all. Yeah. I mean, this is a very strange period for Donkey Kong because really, for all intents and purposes, the character had become a Rare character, not a Nintendo character. Now, of course, there was going to be like Donkey Kong 94 on the Game Boy, but that, like, you know, that's on the Game Boy. Like the main Donkey Kong series, as it was perceived, was owned by Rare. And from what I understand, Shigeru Miyamoto was none too pleased about that. I mean, you know, I'm sure that they are all buddy-buddy now, everybody's happy, and because people have a great fondness for this version of Donkey Kong, and they make a lot of money, you know, selling merchandise based off of it, or re-releasing games like this. But from what I understand, Shigeru Miyamoto hated these games. He hated Donkey Kong Country, and he was very, overall, I guess, offended in some ways, might be the way to say it. I did it! Ha ha! Got you! Well, I'm not sure exactly where to go. Let's see right here. If I go up there on that tree, I could just jump right back into Funky Kong's zone or whatever. Yeah. Here's what I hate about Donkey Kong Country the most. It's like, alright. Oh, hey, the environment. Oh, nope, that environment's not open. See, look at that, look at that. I hate that. I hated that. I've always hated that. Look. Oh. Well, that and the camera is complete and utter shit when you're playing on an analog stick. Alright. So look, it looks like it's open. Up, it's closed. Well, maybe I can... Oh, no, that one's closed too. I don't know, guess I go back outside? Right? I don't know. I guess I'll have Diddy Kong take over and we'll go back to where we were. Because I don't know where to go. That was always a big issue for me. That's actually why I never beat these games, is because I didn't know where to go. Like Banjo-Kazooie, I feel like it gave me enough of a hint. Ah, crap. That's, where you have to shoot his gun, so already we're bumping into stuff that Diddy Kong needs. Oh, boy. Like, honestly, I just wish there was a way to plug in a 64 controller, because... Jesus. You know, I said it before with Mario 64, I'll say it again with Donkey Kong Country, or Donkey Kong 64. This guy controls like crap, trying to use an analog stick. Or just a Wii U gamepad in general. Oh, he can't climb trees? Why can't, wait, sure he can. He can climb trees. I mean, I saw a lot of people with strategy guides back in the day for this game. Because frankly, it's not a difficult game, it's an obtuse game. It's a game where you just go, where the hell am I going for about, you know, a good 20 hours till you break down and go get yourself a strategy guide. Don't buy this on the Wii U. The controls suck. I hate the camera controls so much. Like, regardless of how you feel about the game, this is not the optimal way to play it. You know, if you still got your 64, there are ways around it. Where are we going? So if this is already annoying enough, imagine what it's like where it's like, oh, I got 14 bananas, but I need 15 bananas to actually go into the next area. Well, I don't know where that 15th banana is. You know, happens a lot. Camera's pretty unwieldy too. So there are... Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute! Breaking news, everybody. We have breaking news. Live on the scene, we have Diddy Kong collected some crazy coins. He is now on his way to a gun store to exact revenge on a beaver. Film at 11. They actually still say that? Film? I don't even think they said that ever in my lifetime. Yeah. Okay, cough it up, war profiteer. Freaking Tony Stark over there. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we gotta go back to that other area and unlock that. Woo. Now, unfortunately, I don't know where the legal rights are for Conker. Conker was a Rare creation, so I assume that Microsoft is technically the owner of Rare, or of Conker, which is a real shame. I love Conker's Bad Fur Day. And it was a real marvel on the 64. Oh boy. Yeah, the music in this game is somewhat minimalistic, you could say. I mean, you know, this doesn't quite hold up to the standard set in the series before. But then again, I would, I doubt anyone would disagree that the music on the Nintendo 64 was never any good compared to, the music you heard on the Super Nintendo. What do you want? Come here. Yeah, there you go. Like, Mario 64 had some great music. You know, there's good music on the 64, but... Come on, really? You gotta compare it to the Super Nintendo? No way. There we go. I don't mess around, I just shoot a bunch. Whoa! Howdy, Diddy. We can help you progress to your quest, but there's just one problem. I want to reach the key above my head to open the door for you, but it's feeding far too much. I reckon that you could feed my buddy Scoff over here. You might be able to... Well, okay, why don't you just get off the platform? Please get off the platform, ma'am. Oh god, I remember this now. Of all the things though, bananas are not really the most fattening. Now if she's like, he's allergic to potassium, let's swell his body up, then I'd be like, alright. So, you're collecting the golden bananas, but you're also collecting the regular bananas, but you're also collecting the coins. You see where this is getting kind of problematic? Oh, you can reach it. Come on. Woo! Yep. Damn you, beaver. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the idea of carrying over the motifs of the previous games, as well as, you know, using the same melody, you know, in multiple different environments, but, you know, slowing it down, speeding it up. But it never quite sounded so good, you know? Ugh. Nuts to you. Christ, I'm not even remotely close to pressing up. I'm actually pressing down and left whenever I do stuff, or down and right whenever I do stuff, because I know what it's gonna do. So I have to go and feed them the bananas while I collect the coins, while I collect the golden bananas, so that they can give me the key that I can collect, which I need 6 of. If you're with me so far, everybody. Oh, nuts. There we go. There, activated. But not open. Try to open that. I need the big Kong, whatever his name is, to lift those things. Not Donkey. Needs to be the other guy. I really don't even know how it's reading that as me pressing up. Like, I really don't. That's extremely strange. I think I got enough distance to make this jump. I am not, I swear to God, I am not pressing up. I swear to God, and I play enough of my Wii U to know that my gamepad is not defective. Ha ha! Made it! Let's go over here and see if there's any other areas we can enter. It's actually just too dark to even see anything. We only got like 8 minutes left. Or 6 minutes left. So I bet you're wondering, hey, should I pick this up? Should I get Donkey Kong 64 on the Wii U? Well, no. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You see, if Donkey Kong 64 was any good, which it's okay, all right? It's an okay game. But if it was really something, right? They'd hold it back a bit. Now, when they launched the 64 service on the Wii U, they launched it with Mario 64, right? Because that's what everybody wanted, you know? They knew that that's the game that'll get everybody on board, right? Well, now that they got you all hot and bothered for some 64, they're gonna start putting out some clunkers mixed in with some classics because they want you to buy it all. It's kind of like when they launched the DS service. There was no standard for that. Now, when they launched the Wii service, they said, alright, here's Mario 64. So that was the expectation. When 64 comes to Wii U, they're going to have Mario 64. That'll probably be the first title. That was the expectation. Got it? Well, when they launched the DS, they launched it with Yoshi's Island DS, which is an awful game. There's no other way around it. It's absolute crap. Now, you could disagree, of course. It's just an opinion. But that game sucks. What happened? I thought I could use this as a teleporter now. So right now, they're throwing in some clunkers. So what are we going to get next week? I don't know. But like, when are you going to get Smash Brothers on 64 on this virtual console? Probably not for a while because they're saving it for when they can reap the most money. They have the opportunity right now, while they've got everybody's attention, to play these games. They know that they can just get you to buy whatever. So that's why they're putting out Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong 64 wasn't a good game back when it came out. It wasn't. Am I saying that everything sucks? Ew, the controls are bad. Well, on this thing, they're not great. But no, it's not that. It's just that it's kind of boring, kind of repetitive. Running around, collect, running around, collect. I mean, I'm not against collectathons because, hey, you know, I like Conquer, like I said. I like, is this where I'm going? I don't know. First stage, something like that. But I'm just saying, you know, these were never great. This was never a great game. Even Donkey Kong fans, I remember it back in the day, they didn't like the game. Alright, so relax. Hold up. Don't freak out. I know, sometimes I do these little videos and I'm just like, this whole game isn't good. They're just like, you don't know how to play it! Well, okay. Let's get real here with Donkey Kong 64. Hardly anyone beat this game. And if they beat this game, hardly a fraction of a fraction of a fraction beat it without using then the early stages of things like game packs and whatever, or a strategy guide they bought at Babbage's. Alright, get real. Alright? That's just how it was. I mean, if you buy a strategy guide and you want to play through this game, yeah, you know, maybe you'll have a good experience. I mean, you don't have to buy a strategy guide. You can just go online. There's a bazillion of walkthroughs here. So maybe I would recommend that. But other than that, no, don't. You don't need this. Mario 64 is available on the Virtual Console. It's not even close. Get Mario 64. Game is a classic. One of the all-time greatest achievements in video games. Go do that. Donkey Kong 64? I don't know. We were all just waiting for Perfect Dark. And it came with a free, you know, expansion pack. That's why this game is even remotely relevant in the history. Otherwise, it would be forgotten about. People go, oh yeah. People would, no, not to make the comparison in terms of quality, but it'd be like Earthworm Jim 3D. People go, oh yeah, that came out, that existed. I forgot about that. When did that happen again? Late 90s, you don't say, you can't recall, you know? So I would say, don't bother with this. Spend your $10 elsewhere. Hell, WarioWare touched on the DS is $10. And, you know, just wait a little bit. There's going to be some great games coming out on the Virtual Console for 64. You don't need this one. Unless you just don't care and you want to buy it anyway, in which case, hey, whatever. I can't judge you on that. But that's going to do it for this episode of the first hour. Remember to subscribe and give a thumbs up. And also, you can go to videogamesardumb.com and look at more episodes of the first hour. Or you can just go through the playlist. Already got it set up. But that's going to do it for this episode. I will see you for the next episode of the first hour. Thanks for watching, guys.